Hey YouTube, what is going on? My name is Imani. I am 26 years old and I am on the journey of restarting and rebranding my finances one budget at a time. In today's video, we will be budgeting my January paycheck 2 of 2022. This is my second and last paycheck of the January month. Literally the last day, January 31st. But we will be budgeting this money, zero-based style. So let's just get right into the video. Okay, so this week we're back to a pretty normal kind of paycheck. I got $11.63 and 17 cents from my main account, and that is my actual, so I went ahead and filled it out. By the way, guys, I found my nice pen that I like to use. Probably gonna go ahead and find these pens on Amazon so I could order some backups, but I really love the way this is. Something about this pen. Okay, for my main income, I already filled out my actual, because even though I was able to pre-budget for this particular budget, I used my actual numbers, but I decided to change some stuff around. So we're just gonna go through that really quick. It's not gonna be a long video. So my actual is $1,163.17. For some reason, I thought my subscriptions was only going to be less than $10, but thank God, when I recalculated and decided to move my budget around, I also realized that my subscriptions is actually going to be $36.97. This is why I pre-budget sometimes, and why I always go over my budget before I get paid, because it's very important to make sure that you have the right calculations. Side note, I think it's weird because I'm pretty sure last paycheck my subscription was $9.98. So maybe I was mixing it up with the first half of the month. I have no idea, but I definitely made that mistake, and so now it makes more sense that I'm paying $36, because I'm paying the rest of my budget, the rest of my subscriptions, plus some subscriptions again for the beginning of February. So this definitely makes way more sense. Moving right along, for my mom, I usually give her 100, but I actually have to give her 135 because pay her back for the food that we ordered. So I'm just gonna give her everything at one time. And so instead of my total being 108.98, my total is actually 171.97. Moving on to my expenses. The only expense I have is my cash envelopes, and that is because, and I mentioned this in my last video, I was going to be moving my credit card debt from my expenses down to debt, because it is now a debt. I'm trying to be super honest with myself, and I'm trying to get these credit cards paid off to where I'm not paying interest on things that I bought last year in 2021. And at this very moment, I'm paying a lot of interest on certain things, but I definitely moved it down, so we'll get to that. My cash envelopes, instead of $310, I actually was able to add an extra few dollars, so it is $325 now, and my total is now $325. So that's super quick. I'm glad I don't have too many expenses, because I have a small budget. I'm basically low income. I don't like to categorize my income. I'm blessed to have every dollar I get, and I'm grateful, but technically I'm low income, so I'm glad that I don't have too many expenses and it doesn't take up too much of my budget. Moving down to debt. guys, we're gonna do it, and it's just on period. So my credit card debt, right? I was budgeting $125. I was, but because I put extra money in my cash envelopes and I had to give my mom a little bit extra money, I had to take away just a tad bit of debt, just $10 per card, just to cover me with some of the expenses that I thought I'd rather take the $10 now than to overspend later. But moving right along to my savings, I want to reiterate, if you guys see here, that I have new categories under my savings. HPSF is for my high priority sinking funds. LPSF is for my low priority sinking funds. I am now budgeting out a small amount of money for my saving challenges and my buffer, of course. So let's just start filling this out. For my high priority sinking funds, I was gonna budget $365, but I decided to add just a little bit more, so we're gonna budget $372. For my low priority sinking funds, and this is also digital. If you didn't know, my high priority sinking funds are digital. My low priority sinking funds, which are in cash, I decided to take away from that because these are not as important, and I'm only gonna budget $40. My savings challenges, I decided that I'm gonna take a small amount of my check to go ahead and put towards my savings challenges, because it is important to me to go ahead and complete those in the long run, right? Now I was gonna do 50, but 50 seemed like a lot, so I wind up doing 15, and I think a small amount of money will make a big difference in the long run, so that's cool. And then my buffer, instead of it being $4.19, it is $9.20. And so I have a new total, and my new total, I need to add this up because I actually don't know this new total off the top of my head. I didn't write it down on my little cheat sheet. So my new total would be $372 plus 40 plus 15 plus $9.20, which equals $436.20. So $436.20. I hope that is right, because I don't know, it's feeling a little awkward to me, like I didn't do something right, but we will see. That is what we are here for. Let's move down to our summary and let's fill it out. Okay, so now I have my calculator. So let's make sure we are zero basing our budget. So we had $11.63.17. Our bills for $171.97 for our bills. And then we're gonna subtract $325 for our expenses. Then we will subtract $436.20 for our savings. Then we will subtract $230 for our debt. And I can already tell you that is a zero-based budget. So we're gonna put a balance of $0. We have zero-based this thing out. So now that I zero based out my budget, I want to go ahead and fill you guys in on my buffer account tracker. So let's pull that out and let's see what's going on in there. Here we have my buffer Here we have my buffer account tracker. Now I made this little spreadsheet myself and I am currently giving it away for free. So seriously guys, this is the opportunity to go ahead and get you some free printables and get your budget on track. So for those of you who have never watched any of my videos, I am trying to build a $500 buffer account, and the PDF for the free printable has this part blank. You could do whatever you want with it. And I'm trying to build a $500 buffer account by the end of this year so that I can stop living paycheck to paycheck. I have an example up here so that I can kind of show you guys how it worked when I explained it in my last video, Eye in the Sky, for the video that I'm talking about. But now that I get to use it, I think it will help you guys figure out how to use it better. So on January 14th, which was my paycheck number 1, I budgeted $25.25 to go into my buffer account. Now, what is the actual amount that I ended up with the day before I got paid again? Which in this case, I got paid on the 31st. So how much did I have in my buffer account by the 30th of January? And that's what I'm gonna put right here in this box. So I wind up with $3.21. I know life happens. And so because I ended up with $3.21, my balance, how much I have in my buffer account, is $3.21. And how much money do I need to make my goal amount? Well, let's see. Let's bring out our calculator. We want $500 and we currently have $3.21. $3.21 saved, and so the amount remaining needs to be $496.79, and that is how much we are going to write here. $496.79. That's how much we need left, and that is how you use the tracker. Now, because it is the 31st, I am going to write January 31st. And this time, for my January 31st paycheck, I decided to budget $9.20. Now, hopefully, by the end of this pay period, I would actually have kept that $9.20, and that way I can write here that I was able to keep my $9.20, and then in my balance I would add $9.20 plus the $3.21 we already have, and that would equal $1,200. I wish. That would equal $12.41, and I can write that in my balance area. And because let's cross our fingers, because I was able to hold on to this $12.41, if I then subtract it from the $500 goal, we will now only be $4. Now we would only have $487.59 left until we meet our goal of $500. So hopefully that was a way better explanation of how I am using my buffer account tracker. So that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this is the kind of content you are interested in, go ahead and click subscribe. Let's join hands and run across the finish line to financial freedom, one budget at a time. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.